Look at the wife's face. Just asked her to help me to do a job. Look at that. Overjoyed. Hey, Elsie. Alright, today I'm going to give you a bit of an update on how we're processing our biochar. Not how to make it, we've done that on the previous video, but how we're inoculating it or charging it.
Guys, look at my papaya.
And what's the papaya had round it?
I grow it by my hand, look. Nee.
Yeah, and it's had my goat poo and
nip testicle.
I'm glad mine don't look like that. Right, so if you know a little bit about biochar, you know that you shouldn't really just throw it straight on your ground. It can rob what little nutrients that you've got in there. You have to fill it full of good stuff first. Think of it as a dry sponge. Here's a pit that I quenched yesterday. We're just going to empty that, bag it up, and then I'll be crushing that later on. I'll quickly show you how I'm doing that.
Put on your head.
Put on my head, nice.
Camera.
Alright.
Put on your head, you need to carry the bag for me.
Okay, alright. And then we'll show you how we're implementing biochar throughout the farm. Perfect, isn't it? Who made this?
They look nice and black, isn't it?
Yeah, if you got yellow biochar, it's not gone well. Look at that, bloody professional now. Thank you once again to the fella who told us the little tip about quenching the biochar, so you minimise any waste. When we say waste, make sure that there's very, very little ash that's formed. Take a few of the little rocks out. That's one of the little downfalls with doing a cone pit round here. We haven't got soil as such. That's why it's so important that we use biochar. So you do get some stones in there, but not really an issue.
So you should put cement round and with the hammer bang on it. And you not get another dirt, mud or stone in it.
Don't you give your orders when you don't do it? I do it, up to me, innit?
Oh, shut. Open the bag properly then.
You can see even the rice straw didn't burn where we started the fire. It's alright, can put it in.
Ow. Too late. It's soaking wet under there.
That's alright, we'll put it out to dry later. A little bit more. Do your job properly, missus. Now remember, there's loads of little burners on the market that you can purchase if you don't want to lose space on your land by digging a pit. But like I said, guys, we like to use stuff that hasn't been man-made and take advantage of nature. So that'll do for that. We'll be crushing that up later. It is still quite wet. We can dry it if you want to get a really fine powder, but I'll just show you later on anyway. Right, on to the next thing then, missus. Next thing we've got to do then, after Toon's had a swig of electrolyte, is we're going to take the Ben-Hur chariot. It's only about 250 yards down the road. It's on the edge of our land. We wouldn't normally take a bike just that far, but we're going to go and collect something very special. Ready, missus?
No have this hat, no Toon. Same no two hat, no and Eddie.
No two hat?
Yeah, he got one hat for night time and one hat for working.
He's got a posh hat and a working hat, yeah. Oh, come on, Ben-Hur. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a gold mine. Look at all this. But there's some better stuff here. Leaf mold's one of the best things that you can use as compost, but it does take a little while to rot down. But a lot of this stuff is already rotted. Apart from the ants, they're a bonus, free bonus. We're going to collect some of this up and introduce it into our biochar system.
Light them on them.
One big pile. What about when we drive? Isn't it going to go everywhere with the wind when you drive? You can do, and then we'll load up a couple of these on top. Right, let me get this on my head. If we put this stuff on first, because this is heavier stuff, isn't it? Because it's got all bits of wood in there as well.
This is job, you bing.
Mm.
Dear me.
I think it's going to get blown everywhere.
Got the roof going now. You
Wow.
can't do that with the biochar. Oh, you're gonna make them?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not to make it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Not in it.
Wow, amazing stuff. Wow, so rot. Wow, look at those ants. Big black ants. That'll do for our first trip. Don't know why Toon's tidying up. I'm coming back about 10 times. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tamalai gang. Huh? Let's go. Oh dear. Lost your mojo. Whee! Mau mai. Where we're going to put the chickens. Yeah. Right, here we are. Yeah. And this is our much coveted annex for our retired chickens. They're coming in later this afternoon. I'm going to take a few of these old bamboo sticks off the table here. This is where the goats used to be. Take a few off the access.
Look at that weed growing
there. Yeah, doesn't take the weeds very long after the goats came out. And then we're going to put all the leaves in here. There'll be plenty of bugs for them to eat. And we're going to put biochar in here so they can have a good old scrat around. and then defecate on the biochar, which is what it's all about, to help inoculate it. Right, let's get it in there.
Hang on. Corner. One, two, three.
Yay. Yeah, I think we need the same again.
ไม่มีแล้วนะ
Michael,
ยังไม่มีแล้วอ่ะ
if you're only going to do half a job, you're no use to me, are you?
Have any more ลายได้อ่ะ
It doesn't matter, any leaves.
already
Doesn't matter. Right, and get another load. Bag! I know you did that on purpose. All this leaf mould is coming from these large trees along the road, and thankfully they're government trees, so no one's allowed to cut them down unless they're dead, or you're allowed to trim the odd bit if they're overhanging your farm. And no one, absolutely no one, collects these up. Sometimes you might see them when they're clearing the farm out, they might sweep all these up into a pile and just burn them on the side of the road, but I've never seen anyone utilising them. And leaf mould is, it really is like gold dust. Right, I think that'll do it for a second trip. I'll just give you a bit of a close-up some of the stuff that you can get. There's a lot of fungal activity going on with a lot of this stuff that's already broken down. It's very important for your soil apparently, so good. But that's about it for as far as the stuff that's already decomposed. Oh, it's good to see the wife working. A lot of you have been very concerned because I think I'm working too hard while Toon's just doing her hair and her nails, but yeah, it's nice. It's good to see her doing some work.
job, ma.
Huh? The chickens are going to scratch everything everywhere anyway, but we'll just get it all levelled out a bit. And once I've prepped the biochar, we'll throw that in here, sort out our bamboo sticks, and then bring Uncle Barry and his old girls in here. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Nothing like this in our soil at the moment on the farm. It's just dust and rocks, so this is going to help tremendously. There's a lot of just these dry leaves just all along the road, so I'm going to go get a few wheelbarrows of that. It's just that place that we went to is the best place for this stuff that's already rotted down. Right, on to the next bit, missus.
Pass through from everyone. Mr. Lee working after I work.
I get the dangerous stuff, so anti-asthma attack mask.
Yeah, give him that. I know I can't do it. Now I just start itchy eye. I just like to show you little chick, but it's the winter time, but he like to take up all the cross up, right?
Right, so here we get a lot of the chicken muck, lots of little bits of straw, and we've moved the quail cage. So we just have to brush this up. Missus, you need to get away.
It's not really good for me. Look at that. Already start itchy eye, ear, nose. Are we done yet?
Nearly.
I'm fucking days after that.
Walk this way.
Yes, sir. Cái này.
Nè.
Wow.
Pam pam.
A people like a coop. Oh, super dirty.
So in there we got chicken muck, little bits of leaves, and we got biochar in there as well. We've wet it all down so that the microbes can start impregnating all the biochar, and then in a couple of months we'll take it out, put it on the trees. So we're ready for the biochar. I'll just show you in here. At the moment it's just a little bit too big, so it's a little bit wet as well, but that's not a problem. It'll still break up nicely. So I'm just going to put like a bucket full in one of these old rice bags, well, duck food bag. I'm going to smash it up and then introduce it into the areas that we've just been looking at. It's a simple process, but it does take it out of you because there's a lot of whacking involved. I said whacking. Check out the magic. They look like briquettes now. Lovely.
Key.
Mikey.
He likes to play dirty. อร่อยไหม He say yummy. Dirty ไหม
Come on, walk this way. Everything's super easy. This doesn't look a lot, but one piece of biochar, about the size of a golf ball, will have the surface area of one football pitch. So the smaller you can powder it, the more surface area you'll create. So you don't need a lot, but once a week or twice a week we'll be introducing more and more. It's alright for livestock to eat this as well. In fact, it's very, very good for their digestion. So it keeps the odours down and it makes some of the best compost and soil you can get. Next bit.
Ever.
In the world. I would normally put the whole bucket under there, but I just want to show you the other areas.
Careful your head. You got enough scab on it.
So under here is the goat house, and there's already quite a lot of biochar in here. Some people rake it all together. Just put biochar in once or twice a year. Again, I'm putting it in once or twice a week and just keep on layering it over the top. The good thing about putting biochar on top of everything is it stops a lot of the nitrogen escaping back into the atmosphere. Nitrogen's one of the most important things for your plants and trees to be growing healthy, so the more nitrogen you can keep in your compost, the more efficient it will be. Easy, innit? In here the chickens do a lot of the mixing for us. So in the tank here, originally this was going to be our worm tank, but we're struggling to get hold of proper compost worms. So basically this is almost full to the top with chicken manure, quail manure, a little bit of duck manure, and just generally bits and bobs that have been swept up off the floor. So plenty of little leaves, bits of rice straw, that sort of thing. Quite important as well, we've got some, well, quite a bit of a bonus, we've got some bamboo leaves in here. We've got the bamboo growing quite close, so a lot of the leaves get blown over, and bamboo leaves contain a high level of silica, which isn't easy to come by. Well, the longer you can leave it the better, but you can leave it 2 months and all your biochar will be fully charged absorbable nutrients. Like I say, you can put it straight on the ground, which is fine. It will take some nutrients out of the ground, but not too many. But the main benefit of doing this is getting your biochar nutrient ready. At the moment, it's almost water resistant. It doesn't take on water, so it can't absorb the nutrients. So if you compost it, it will then take care of that, and then it will take on water, and then all the microbes can start living in there. Otherwise, it's going to take quite a while for it to get to that level if you put it straight on your ground. And that's it. Easy peasy. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again soon with some more biochar.
Ta-ta! Thank you!
I'd just like to leave you with one little funny moment. When I was talking to the missus about biochar, and I said it's a one-time application, meaning that you can just put it on once, and if there's enough of it there, you don't have to top it up. And I said, and it lasts for 1,000 years. And the wife's reply was, no one lives for 1,000 years.
Yeah, who tell you?
So first of all, who can you believe? Because no one's 1,000 years old. And what's the point in putting it on and it lasts 1,000 years because we're not going to be here?
If you say 100 years, well, exciting and believe it. 1,000 years, fucking hard to believe. Nearly no one stay for 100 years.
Not very trusting my missus.
No.
I was going to tell her about Terra Preta, but I'm not going to bother. Alright guys. Ta-da!
Ta-da!